inside. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us here during another JSRA Chase free practice session. We will be showcasing our peak performance liveries throughout the evening this evening. And this Chase or Pace race on a whole will act as a showcase for these liveries, and they will be the liveries that will be used in the Peak Performance Series starting in 2 weeks. Well, a week actually. And these liveries were designed by the driver you see rocking said livery right now, Mr. Mark Anthony Eaton. So as we proceed through the practice session, you'll be seeing a selection of 6 liveries being driven by different drivers. We hope we have enough to demonstrate all 6. And then, as per usual, the drivers will be trying to formulate their plans for the race tomorrow. We are at Imola this week. Same gist. Car, as per usual, is the Mercedes AMG GT4. And yeah, we have some quick drivers this weekend, you know. Lots of men in the 150s, which, speaking from experience, is no small feat. So, as you see the times listed there, yep, so the top 3 drivers all within 5/10 of each other, all sub 151, and then everybody else while looking sluggish in comparison. As we see a 3rd driver join the grid whilst we are looking at the liveries. It looks like Cale is also sporting the same livery as one Jaden Harrison. So, you know, just to give you an example of the multi-talented drivers that we here at JSRA work with, you know, fast on track and can design things, you know, little artistic. I don't know if it helps with the speed, but hey, it's doing something. At current, I am without my broadcast partner, Mr. Andrew Spence. It looked like him running late this evening, so, you know, we're going drawing El Presidente, despite the fact that El Presidente looks like a deer in headlights right now. Talk to them.
Good evening, everybody. How is everybody doing? Wicked introduction by my commentary staff this evening, Mr. Dillon. You know, bringing out the livers today, trying to showcase everything for the Peak Performance Series. As we take a look at Cale Roper, car number 19. Very tastefully done. Hold on.
So as we see, Cale Roper is starting the session off, you know, the first man on track to probably put in a lap. we are getting to see what these liveries look like in action, and I must say they are well designed, you know, sporting the logos of, well, Kale need to get him driving under control. Can't be sporting flashy liveries and spinning out. I can watch when I end one track.
I was about to ask. No, we should be seeing you on track this week. So be careful how you're talking there, sir.
It be what it be, you know.
It be what it be.
Nobody's perfect, but hey. Yeah, no, so the liveries look in file, and you will be seeing them for 7 weeks. Well, 7 weeks on and off. Until August 19th. And we will look to see, as we do also appreciate these liveries, we look to see what these drivers have in store for us this evening. As we did show the times earlier, we aren't expecting to see anything too much faster than what we have seen so far. Roper having another moment there. Track conditions are less than ideal this evening, and maybe that might be throwing off the drivers a little bit, you know, where you could normally put your foot down, as we see Ian warming up his tires, maybe trying to avoid Kale's mistakes. But it might be a little trickier out there than the drivers have been accustomed to all week, and Imola is a very tricky circuit in that it does you have to cut the track quite a bit to get a competitive lap time, and in cutting the track you will unsettle the car, and if you don't have optimum grip you will end up losing out here and there. So Roper off again. Having a torrid time of it is Kale Vaden Roper, but as we see Mark coming around to maybe be the first driver to lay down a flyer, we will see what the pace is looking like. As I was mentioning, we were showing the times earlier, and pole is looking to be somewhere in the region of mid 150s, mid to low 150s. We'll see if the drivers have any more in the tank. I don't believe anybody is sandbagging at this stage, but we will see.
You know, you said you don't think anybody is sandbagging, but boy, there's always that one person on race day that just comes out with a shock of a lap. I know it sounds almost impossible, but boy, we've seen now.
No, I don't think it's impossible, you know, with Mr. Moss just flying into the 150s off the cuff. Maybe him have some time in store. I saw in the group where somebody asked him if I'm not in the 149 yet, and him asked if him to give them 149 for put down. So, you know, that could just be his way of saying, I'll find it later. We do expect to see Mr. Moss on track tomorrow. Not sure if you'll see him during training, during practice today. Yet to be seen. The session is young. We aren't so young, but the session is.
So what time do you think we're going to see you go on track, Mr. Dillon?
Unless you're planning to run solo commentary this evening, you have to wait until you get some broadcasters in the building. I don't have no problem handing over commentary to you, you know, but
I don't mind having your person service.
Yeah, no, I thought so. So yeah, rush me out on track like you have nobody else to do this one.
Oh boy. I mean, I am pretty excited to see you on track soon. I feel like it's been too long we haven't seen you on the racetrack.
Boy, leave it to these young guns and their swiftness, you know. I don't have the kind of swiftness that they have, so looking at the pro-am times and the amateur times, I mean, at least most everybody that has done laps so far this week are within the pro-am time frame. We could actually see maybe Kurt is sandbagging a little bit, you know, and might find that extra 5/10 to put him down to the pro times. But again, to be seen. Eaton completing his first lap at 1:52.8. Always takes a few laps to get the car dialed in, we've noticed around the circuit. So as he's found 9/10 in sector 1 already. So, you know, again, just like that, you'll see him drop into the 151s, and then shortly thereafter maybe down into the 150s, as he is one of the 3 drivers who have made it into the 150s so far this week.
What time were you doing, Mr. Dillon?
Boy, no, a very humble, a very less than moderate 151.5. Can't really compete with these rocket ships at my current pace. But we're here for a good time. And I guess a longer time than some other drivers.
There you go. I mean, we saw the average. I think the slowest time was at 1:55. One person, which is an actual rookie, Mr. What's his name? Christopher Lacey, coming in this week for a little practice. It was good to having him. First time ever really driving a sim, and he moved from 2 minutes and 4. I think he did a rough level 49 laps. He moved from about 2 minutes and 4 to 155.3. And I know he had some 154s, but they
Invalidated.
Invalidated,
It's very
yeah.
easy to do around the circuit because you're already on literally the limits of the track. You are cutting, so as observe Mark cutting into turn 1, well, running wide there, maybe not cutting the way I expected it to. But I feel like there are maybe, no, I was going to say 2 corners, but I feel like there are no corners that you leave uncut around this track. So, as we are progressing here, speaking of rookies, I was expecting to see one Mark Moody about the place this weekend after his initial performance last week. What's going on there, you know?
Well,